People always ask me, how do you fall in love? And the truth is, you don't get to dine on broken tips of stars and moonwater from an idiot's guide to falling in love. There are no strings behind this curtain that make it all work. And if anyone tells you differently, tell them the story. They met in a house where satellite phones don't register and rum, coke, and intoxication of royalty. Have one shot, take another, one for the road, the bathroom's too far. Piss on the tree, you missed the tree. Don't get me wrong, those were awesome days. His intention was to have a good time, and she wanted to get laid, or so I've heard. The start of a wonderful romantic comedy. Days were fast and nights were young, like little fireflies dancing under moonlight. They found themselves attracted to their light, and it was a tale as old as time. The Beauty and the Beast. But this is not the end. Love is a cruel mistress that scribbles and scrapes with the thoughts of their minds like a wooden roller coaster ready for its final voyage. Not wanting to speak the truth, their own voices ringing through bar fights and beer stains, deciding it was not meant to be. They crawled and crawled away, separating themselves from each other, telling me that the grass is greener somewhere else, and that somewhere else they didn't know, and there are other fish in the sea, and all that bullshit. Except, look at them. Today they bear the scars of the battle once waged, but they died in broken wingtips of falling stars and moonwater whiskey. Look at their fingers. Don't they look happy jeweled with the ore of their own history? So when people ask me, how do you fall in love? I tell them, there is no trick. You don't get to dine in broken tips of stars and moonwater from an idiot's guide to falling in love. There are no strings behind this curtain that make it all work. You don't go through hell and high water for the one you love. You go through it with them. Where I'm from, yes, we have horse-drawn calashes that strut malnourished horses and drivers that do not care about hygiene and grooming. In a world where aluminum and fiberglass are in the streets, we still ride around with flesh and wood. Take a look at the carriage. See the paint peeled off for years. No, decades of overuse. Where I'm from, yes, we have houses of trees, or trees and houses. Even houses small enough to be lifted by a small community. How embarrassing, right? We even have people getting coconuts by climbing up trees without safety equipment, just like the apes. Where I'm from, yes, we seem to raise people to become domestic helpers to feed your kids, seafarers to import and export your goods, carpenters to build your houses and buildings, janitors to keep your businesses clean. We breed these kinds of people. Yes, I know, we don't seem to breed executives, managers, or CEOs. That's where you're from. Where I'm from, yes, our public transportation vehicles will not pass the crash test. Even the drivers who are like the flash drivers will not pass the driving test. It's the same old shit, but now they have mechanized horses boasting 3,500 horsepower. Count that. That's 3,500 well-nourished horses out of misery. Where I'm from, yes, those kids cannot afford to live like monkeys and trees live in steel, wood, and cardboard boxes stolen from a salvage yard that make those aluminum and steel mechanized calashes. And yes, they even place these houses in legal areas that sail on flyovers. And by the side of a humongous river we call, the humongous canal we call the river. I know what it's called, Swatterdam. You really don't want to know where I'm from? Because that Kalash driver being brings you around and shows you the grandeur, the palaces, the cathedrals, the cobblestone streets, the parks, the monasteries, the city at its best. And he does it with a smile, knowing that he'll take pictures and place them in your box on your warm, comfortable bed, while he goes home to his steel and wood shanty with only one full meal to share with his 8 children. Because maybe, just maybe, our tree houses have Wi-Fi, and cable, and a PlayStation 3, and a plasma TV, and surround sound, and most of all, we have fucking coconuts. We have people who are agile and crazy enough to climb the tree and get those coconuts. We even have people who help other people move houses. Hell, everyone gets involved. Because blue-collar workers are unsung heroes. Because they make sure your ass does not get infected by your own jet awards when you take shit in the toilet. Because they will actually change your children's diapers. And that makes them more qualified mothers than you. Why do you think we're so overpopulated? Their sacrifice is your comfort. For every scrub, every diaper, every bar of soap, every bottle of milk is a child halfway around the world with a stomach of hard-earned food, reading beside her bedside saying, "Thank you, Mama, thank you, Papa." Because our public vehicles are moving works of art. And we are free to choose which art movement we want. Pop art, realism, minimalism, or Dadaism. And they're cheap, very cheap. They're moving, running museums, and they rock. Because we can build our own houses without money or formal training. We find ways of doing the seemingly impossible. Impossible to take the stench out of the river. Impossible to build a house small enough for one, but can accommodate 10? I think not. Where I'm from, impossible is nothing. Where I'm from, we are hospitable. We are creative. We have a sense of community. We are ingenious. We sacrifice. We revere hardship. We have hope. We have a voice. This is where I'm from. Where are you from?